just working, trying to earn a living on the road. Feeling a little under the weather, but I did get my got my old Tangent mixing board ready to go for a little test run. I'm probably going to do that. I don't know. Depends on how I feel. Like I said, I'm feeling a little under the weather. And had an itchy, scratchy throat the last couple days. A little bit of congestion. And so I'm at work. I feel well enough to work, that's for sure. But to sing or do any of that stuff, I'm not up to singing, that's for sure. But I'm on my way from Antioch, Illinois, headed to Chicago. I've got 2 stops there, 1 pickup and 1 delivery. And that should be the end of my day, but I'm trying to fight boredom, you know what I mean? Sitting in this van all day, I get bored. And so I'm like, you know what? I think I can live stream while I drive. So that's what I decided to do. Hope you all are having a great day. It is, what is the date today? 22nd of October, 2025. It is Wednesday. Going past Gurnee, Illinois, the Great America Amusement Park. Going past there right now. Like I said, I'm headed to Chicago. Got a couple stops there. And then I'll head back to Broadview, Illinois, where the home base is at, which is Bearing headquarters. And I'll end my day there, but that's what I'm doing. Really looking forward to putting this board through its paces, just to see how it sounds now after I got all those scratchy pots and everything clean. Well, I did it from the top side, so we'll see how it goes. If it's still scratchy, I might have to go into the actual board and spray the actual pots rather than just go through the dial of the pot, which it freed it up pretty good. Like I said, those knobs are moving really free and really easy now. No catching or anything like that. So sprayed the whole board down. Took me about a week to get that board squared away. Spent all day Saturday, which I live streamed the majority of the time I was working on the board, which is probably a little bit boring, but I was playing some music in the background so you can at least listen to some music. I don't know what's going on with my phone, but it looks really dark. I actually have a new phone coming. I have a Pixel, I believe 7, and I have a coming. It's not the newest Pixel, but it's what I can afford right now. And because the actual screen is coming apart from the back of the phone. I don't know if it's because of heat or what, but I'm having that issue. So this is basically what I do all day. Just sit in this seat and drive. And mostly listen to YouTube videos on whatever subject I want to explore. Lately it's been a lot of political stuff because of all this chaos that's going on in this country. Just kind of want to keep myself abreast of what's going on. I do a lot of music, listening to music. Sometimes I'll catch somebody's live stream who's playing music. Sometimes I'll catch studio tours and whatnot. I like to see how other people have their studio set up. So, yeah, my day is kind of mostly educating myself as far as like driving is a no-brainer. It's so easy. And I know just about every place that I ever delivered to right now, like the back of my hand. So I don't really have to use my GPS or anything to go to these places anymore. So it frees me up to do whatever I want as far as like I can do this live stream. I can listen to YouTube videos. Or if my wife calls me, I can talk to her on the telephone. Possibly me and Mitch might be getting together possibly Friday, depending on how I feel. If I start to feel better, like tomorrow I feel like, hey, I've kicked this cold or whatever, then I'll get together with Mitch on Friday. And we have I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But I really do enjoy playing music. I really do enjoy doing all of that stuff. And like I said, I got that board squared away. So I can't wait to put it through its tests, through its trials and tribulations. Live stream is a little noisy. It's because I'm on the expressway right now, headed up to Chicago from Antioch, Illinois. Antioch is like right on the border of Wisconsin and Illinois, so it's pretty far up north. Just finished up lunch and I'm making my way back towards Chicago. Take me about an hour probably to get back there. I want to talk a little bit about, me. I used to love playing heavy metal, and I wish I could find some guys that would get on the same page with me as far as playing heavy metal, but gosh, it's so hard to do. I mean, I just really enjoy playing metal, and I miss playing the harder music. Even though I do love playing with Halo Moon, I love playing with Mitch, writing songs with him. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot, but I really like to play some metal again. Traveling like this on the expressway and doing the live stream, I'm not really sure how that translates into what you can see and how how good it is or how good it sounds or whatever. I just wanted to try and do this. Because like I said, my drive all day, it's kind of boring. And I always try to keep my mind occupied with other things rather than nothing. But I've been playing a bass guitar since 1997. I've been playing like regular guitar since I was like 13. I'm 57 now. So, I've been playing music for about 44 years now. Man, I'm getting old. Oh, shit. Just bit my tongue. But you know, Halo Moon, we lost our drummer George. He decided to retire from the band. And right now we're still kind of up in the air as far as a keyboard player goes, because Louis' health isn't the greatest, and we don't know if he'll be coming back. I know he would like to, but I just want him to be healthy. And you know, I enjoy playing with Louis, but your health comes before a band, that's for sure. So that's still kind of up in the air. We're kind of Halo Moon is kind of at a hiatus until until Mitch books the next gig, whenever that'll be, probably until after the first week. But I'm not sure. But we're going to do some recording. And I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to write some more tunes. We're always writing in our heads, me and Mitch. And then we get together and we kind of like throw things at each other. Sometimes it sticks and sometimes it doesn't. But I really enjoy the creative process when it comes to writing music. And I think it's never too late for you to write music, play guitar, and whatnot. I think it's crazy that you could actually live stream from your phone while moving down the expressway. I'm going to try not to look at the phone too much because I'm driving, of course. I like to be safe. And I'm not sure how my work would feel about me doing a live stream and not paying attention to the road stuff. But I'm paying attention. It's pretty boring. Like I said, I'm on the expressway, so it's not like I'm on a busy city street where you got cars flying around you from all over the place. So my ambitions with Halo Moon are to write good tunes, play some shows, and just keep having fun, because we have a lot of fun. Mitch comes over once in a while. We do a live stream together and play music. Last November, which is really cool. It was a lot of work to get it done, but it was fun. Hey, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. live streaming and talking to you. I was reading what the little icon over here said. It said top fans. That's the first time I've seen that. I really don't do too many live streams from the phone while driving down the road. It's kind of an overcast day today, so if it looks a little dark, I think you can see out my window. You can see how it is. But I'm in the Chicago area. I am actually north of Chicago right now, northwest of Chicago. Headed into the city and got a couple deliveries, and then I'll be done for the day. But just wanted to get out here and talk about what I got planned as far as music goes. I do my live stream bands. I really like to live stream bands. I have 2 bands that I've already done, Subsist and Black Sunrise, and that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work to set up all the gear and get everything situated. Yeah, but it was very enjoyable for me. I enjoy doing that stuff. And when I get a good result, it's even more enjoyable. We did have our share of issues, especially for the Black Sunrise. It was still kind of a new thing, but in Subsist there was a lot of setting up. But once we started live streaming, it was pretty much smooth sailing until my computer disconnected from my audio interface in like the first section of the live stream. At the end of the first section, which is why we have 2 sections of that live stream, the audio interface disconnected from my computer and we lost audio. So they had to disconnect it from the computer and reconnect it, and then it came back. And thank goodness that was the case, but I wasn't sure why that happened. I don't know if it was because we were spending too much time fiddling with it and it kind of timed out. I don't know. Really like to know, but I never found that out. So we're talking about AI and how it affects music, and people are wondering how is it going to affect music. Well, believe it or not, AI has helped me with music because I've been able to troubleshoot some things with AI then otherwise I'd have to rely on somebody outside of my little circle in order to figure something out regarding, like how to best set up the sound equipment for the live stream, how to get the best sound, ways to route the sound so that I get the best quality. And believe it or not, when I asked AI about that, it helped me. It sure did. I tried to get AI to make me a owner's manual for my Tangent mixing board, the old 1980s, 1970s mixing board that I have, that I just cleaned up, but it was failing miserably. I wasn't able to do it. So my wife, she was sick over the weekend, and so we didn't do much, so I had a lot of time to work on that board, which is why I actually got it finished pretty much. I still have to run it through its tests to make sure the sound quality is good. I can't do that tonight. I actually have another YouTube channel that I started, and because I don't want this YouTube channel to be political, so I started a new YouTube channel where I can actually make commentary on the way things are in our society today without offending anybody. Here I don't talk about politics, I just talk about music and whatnot, and try to keep it fun and light-spirited. At least I try to. Stopped for lunch today. Got me some McDonald's. Got me a Big Mac, which I haven't had in a little while. But we've been playing this I've been playing this Monopoly game that you get your Monopoly pieces and you just scan them into the phone, and it keeps track of what you have as far as like pieces, which I think is pretty cool. But I don't like eating McDonald's a lot, so I'd rather have like homemade food than fast food, that's for sure. Teed up. Somebody's license plate says teed up. A Mercedes, so I guess they're a Gopher. Not to be confused with a gopher. I am in the north suburbs of Chicago right now. Headed down there. I'm at this Lake Forest area. Is where I'm at now. Started out doing this live stream in Antioch, which is way up north by Wisconsin. But this is my job every day, just to drive the streets of the suburbs of Chicago and inside the city of Chicago. And believe it or not, I've never had any issues being in Chicago. Never. Not one. Thank goodness. Now watch. Today I'll have an issue. I hope not. Blue dot mean? Retouch. I guess it's just options. $24. Wow. Well, probably be in about maybe an hour. Probably about 45 minutes to get to one of my stops, and then another 15-20 minutes to get to the other. So it's pretty cool outside too, man. It was let's see, I think it was like 42 this morning. And I guess Friday it's supposed to be, when I wake up to come to work, it's supposed to be about 39. So it could snow anytime now. Which is crazy. It's not even Halloween. I don't know, but I remember as a kid, Halloween seemed to always be kind of nice and warm. But maybe it's just because I'm getting older that I feel the cold more. It always seems like Halloween is very cold anymore. Talking about to my wife about how when I was a kid I used to watch this program, and I used to watch it religiously, really. It was called The Midnight Special. It would come on, I believe, on Friday nights. I don't remember what channel it was on. I kind of want to say it was ABC. I'm not sure, but Midnight Special will come on. They have always had live music, and I really used to enjoy just sitting there and watching the music being played. I've always been interested in the music, so I used to watch that religiously. And what I noticed is, like, the early versions of the Midnight Special, all the music was played live. They didn't do any lip syncing or anything like that. It was all live. And then probably around mid to late 70s, they changed it from playing everything live to doing the lip syncing and overdubbing. You know, like playing the recorded tracks and then lip syncing to it, which I thought was kind of weird. I really like the rawness of the earlier Midnight Specials rather than the non-live performances, because you got to hear what the actual band sounded like rather than the pristine recordings that they gave to you, you know, on your records. You got to hear what they sound like live, and it was pretty interesting. Some of the bands are really good, and some of the bands weren't so good. I remember the Mark Bolan segment of the Midnight Special. When I heard that, I was like, man, not too good. It was okay, but there was some lady screaming, and it just didn't go. It was just like horrible. But that was the nature of TV back then, live, you know. And I still respect those artists for getting on there and doing that. What the hell, you know? That's great. Which is why I wanted to do kind of piqued my interest in doing these live streams with bands. Like, I missed that, and I want people to be able to see that again. Bands playing their music and playing it raw, not overproduced, not pristine sound, but the sound that, like, if you were to go see them live, this is what you would hear. That was the goal of putting these live streams together for bands, is that I want people to see the band for who they are. Plus, it gives the bands an outlet so that people could see their band if they, for promotion purposes, if they want to promote their band or whatever, get it out there, and they have video to show people this is what we sound like, this is what we're like. Now, me just recording the bands, videoing the bands and doing the sound on the live stream I don't have any control over how they play. So what you hear, that's what you get. That's how they play. Now, is it perfect? No. Is it good? Well, Black Sunrise and Substance, they were really good. I say, the proof is in the pudding, and that, doing a live performance is definitely the pudding. If you can't do it there, you might as well just hang it up, as far as I'm concerned. Too much of music today is manufactured. You go into a studio and you're constantly overdubbing your guitars, your vocals. Back in the day, they used to do all that stuff live. So a band would be well rehearsed when they come into the studio. Unless, of course, you were like the Beatles and were doing all that experimenting. But they made a ton of money for the record company that they were with. So the expense was tolerated, let's put it that way. And they were free to do that experimenting and overdubbing and tracking and the experimenting with the backwards tapes and everything like that Paul would bring in. And that's why I wanted my own studio at my house when I could do it myself. That's why I decided to do it, because I love that creativeness that you can do. You have your own studio, you can do anything you want. Take however long you want. Worry about a budget. Of course, you have to worry about a budget when it comes to buying your musical equipment, all the gear that you need to do those things, which that because of it. But I enjoy the heck out of it. So to me, all the money that I've spent on it is well worth it. It's really nice to be able to collaborate with others too. That's why I enjoy so much when me and Mitch get together and write songs, because man, we bounce ideas off each other and we just go. And I think me and Mitch are kind of on the same wavelength as far as creating music. Mitch is a little more guitar rich, I guess you'd say. I'm not so guitar rich. He knows a lot of chords and a lot of variations of chords. He knows a lot about theory and song structure and everything like that. I'm just kind of like, if it sounds good, yeah, we're good. But Mitch really dives deep into the creation of a song. So with him, I'll throw an idea out there, and he might know how to structure it into a song. So my ideas become songs. I do a lot of idea. How would I say? Not idea, but brainstorming when it comes to combinations of notes and rhythm structure and stuff like that, which I'll build a solid rhythm structure that I like, and see what Mitch comes up with as far as like playing chords to it, or what style he feels he'd like to play, whether it's kind of jazzy or funky or country-ish or folkish. I let Mitch have free reign as far as guitar playing and all that stuff goes. Yeah, there are some times where I have a song that's pretty well planned out, but Mitch is still free to ad lib and do things and be creative within that structure. So I don't know which lane to get in. I guess I'll just stay this one. But we really, I don't know, we work well together, I guess you'd say. And what's funny is I didn't meet Mitch until about 2.5 years ago, and I've been playing music since, well, for 44 years, right? We live in the same town, but we didn't even know each other. He contacted me about possibly coming and playing bass for his band. And at the time, I was up for something different. So I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Boy, am I glad I did. Because I've had nothing but fun with Mitch and the Halo Moon. And the boys played quite a bit of shows, which was a lot of fun. Played shows in Chicago, which I enjoy. Played a couple festivals. Well, actually about 3-4 festivals we played, which was great. I enjoy playing outdoors, getting that fresh air and playing out in front of people. You know, as long as the weather cooperates. But I don't know, we work well together. I really enjoy Halo Moon. But like I said, I like to really play some metal again. I'd like to get with a group of guys that can be on all on the same page, just like me and Mitch are with Halo Moon, but only with the heavier metal music. It seems it's very hard to find guys to do that with. I don't know why. But I am in Chicago now. So I'm getting ready to go to my first stop here in Chicago. It's a company called Isostatic, and they make like metal, I guess you call them like a sleeve or a bushing, brass bushings. And they wanted me to go and pick up there. So I have a delivery in a neighborhood called Ravenswood. It's just a small bag with small bearings that I have to deliver to this company there in Ravenswood. So the Ravenswood neighborhood is a neighborhood in Chicago that's like north of the city. It's the northern part of Chicago. And I don't know, I like Chicago. You know, everybody talks about how, you know, Chicago's dangerous. It's a war zone and all this stuff. I'm like, man, I don't know what Chicago you're in, but Chicago I see every day is just wonderful. There's a lot of like little coffee shops and little corner restaurants and stuff that you could go to. It's nice. I really enjoy it. So if you don't know where I'm at, I'm like Irving Park and Keeler. I just got off of 90. Or 90, is it 90? 90, 94? Yeah, 94. We'll talk about ice being in Chicago. Well, the neighborhoods that I go to, I've never seen any ice. I think they are targeting specific neighborhoods in Chicago. Because, like I said, I haven't seen any. And I drive pretty much in Chicago just about every day. Oh, I got an itch on my foot. Oh. Oh, yeah. Never had liquor problems. Been here every day. Doesn't mean I'm not cautious. I'm always cautious. That's anywhere I go. Anywhere I go, I'm always looking out. There's a guy walking his dog. So I think what's going to happen is when I get here, I'm just going to leave the live stream going until I get back in, so I don't have to restart it. So it's all one video. I can cut it out later if I want. But we got these speed bumps here in Chicago that make everybody slow down. So that's what I'm doing right now, slowing down. I have no idea what I'm picking up, so I don't know how long it's going to take. So hopefully it's a real quick trip in and out. People are starting to decorate for Halloween. Still got leaves on the trees. They're starting to turn colors. So it's really nice. Like I said, I'm getting ready to make a stop here, but I'm going to leave the live stream going when I come back. I got back into this dock. I just drive a little small delivery van. It's nothing huge. It's not like a UPS big brown thing. It's a Transit 250. Alright, so I'm here. So I usually write the time in wherever I go, and then the time out. So it is 1:37 p.m. Central Time. Alright, I will be right back. All right, back. Had 2 boxes for me. One I knew I was getting, the other one I didn't, so that's cool. Blow my nose and then I'll write down my time out. Like I said, I've been feeling a little under the weather, and I hope I feel better so I can practice this Friday. I really do. All right, so I gotta get ready for this next one. Starting to feel a little ill right now. Starting to feel it. I think the Tylenol is wearing off. Gotta buckle up for safety, you know. Whee! And off we go. So I've been doing this driving job since 2015. I didn't go full-time though until 2020. When I finally went full-time. But I'm hoping I can retire from this job. That's my hope. I'm 57 now. I hope to retire by 67. We shall see. I hope I make it that long. At the beginning of this year, I had a stroke. It was a very minute mini stroke. Maybe there was a little something that I'm missing. I noticed that. And I'm just being very upfront about me. I noticed that, and I only noticed this by watching the videos that I create, that sometimes I leave my mouth open and I don't realize it's open. That makes sense. Like when I'm doing something, I'm focusing on something, my mouth goes, and I don't know why. I don't know if that had anything to do with the stroke, but I never noticed that before. But other than that, my cognitive skills are there. I can still play guitar. I can still write music. Still sing. Do all the audio stuff. So I haven't really lost a step as far as that stuff goes. It just seems like for some reason, whenever I'm focused on something, my mouth just drops like bleh, like I'm catching flies, and it kind of bugs me. Otherwise, either that or I've been doing it for years and I just never noticed it until I started videotaping myself, which is pretty crazy to think about. So this Ravenswood neighborhood, I think Ravenswood has a bad rodent problem, because I notice when I go there, I always smell that rodent smell. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but oof. And I also see the signs in the alley because I have to go to the back of the building to deliver at this particular place, and I see the signs talking about the fact that there are a lot of rodents. And Ravenswood is not a, how would I say, a run-down area. It's a very nice part of Chicago. I guess they just have rat problems. But I played several shows. I not just with Halo Moon, but with I was in another band called the Ray Anthony Band, and we played several shows in Chicago back in the early 2000s. Well, I wouldn't say early. It was like 2010, 2011, around there. But we played quite a few places in Chicago, and then with Halo Moon, I played quite a few places in Chicago, which I really love. You get a decent crowd, even though, you know, you don't advertise or whatnot, but you do get decent crowds because of the amount of people that are in Chicago. And Chicago, I think, is the third or fourth largest city in the country, in the United States. I think it's New York, LA, then Chicago. I think. I could be wrong. Or it could be New York, LA, San Francisco, Chicago. But I think it's New York, LA, Chicago. I think that's the... I don't know. Maybe if you Google it, you could find that out for me. I have no idea. But I'm headed to Ravenswood. Ravenswood is in the heart of Chicago. It's the north side of Chicago, not too far from Wrigley. Wrigley's a little further south than Ravenswood, I think. Yep, I think it's a little further south. And because I'm on Irving Park, and I think Wrigley is south. Wrigley is where the Chicago Cubs play, if you didn't know. South of Irving Park, I believe. So the Ravenswood neighborhood is actually north of Wrigleyville. Famous music studio is not too far from here. Electric Audio, which is the studio that Steve Albini started and was the owner up until his death, which I think was it last year or 2 years ago that he passed away. Man, I'm not even sure. Time flies, though. It's still there. It's still in operation. There are people that are still running it, still making music, which is cool. It's right on Belmont, which is not too far from where I'm at right now. And I was kind of upset that when he passed, because I really wanted to maybe possibly go and record there at some point, but I mean, I guess I could still go there and record, but I wanted to record with Steve. He's a very well-respected audio engineer and / producer. So yeah, I missed that opportunity. I just took some money, and believe it or not, his rates are very reasonable for a professional studio like he had. Very reasonable. I think it was something like per day with the tape, because he's an all analog guy, with the tape purchase and the hour and him being on staff. I think it was right around $1,400 or $1,500 for the day. And if you're a band and you got your stuff together, as far as like your music, you go in there and knock out your whole set, the whole album in one day, if you're that prepared. If you're not writing stuff in the studio. And for a pro recording like he would do, I think $1,400, $1,500 for the day is just awesome. Even if it was $2,000 for the day, it's like, oh my god. But you would get yourself a good quality recording, professionally done and probably sounding outstanding. And I imagine you could still go there and get that done by the people that work there. Electric Audio. I forget the name of the audio engineer that runs it now, but he was there when Steve was there. And he's still there. That place is still operational. And it's really nice place. And what's funny is you wouldn't even know it was there unless you know about the audio and about it, because it's just a door. There's no, like, I think they might have the symbol for it on the door, but there's no like windows that you could look in and see people in there or whatever. It's just a door and brick walls. That's all it is. So, but that's where I am at. Probably about 10 minutes away from my next delivery, my next stop, which it usually is pretty quick. I ring the bell, they come to the door, sign for it, and I'm on my merry way. Depends. Sometimes they're not there that quick. But yeah, I would have loved to have recorded at Electric Audio here in Chicago. And I think I still can, but like I said, it just wouldn't be the same without Steve. But it'd be kind of cool to go there and do recording. That'd be great. Man, I've been live streaming for almost an hour now. It doesn't seem that. It's been really fast. Alright. Got people coming across the crosswalk and they actually used it properly. That's really cool. Awesome. Yeah, so I might still record up there. I don't know. It'd be cool if I could get my foot in the door as like a weekend warrior engineer and offer my services up for recording bands. I don't know everything about audio engineering, but I'm sure that would be a way for me to learn. They really don't have, like, I mean, they do have internships there, but I think you have to be a student studying audio engineering in order to get the internship. I would just want to go there to be a fly on the wall and learn, absorb all the information, because I'm sure there is a lot of situations that if you haven't done it, you don't really think about it till you're in the moment. And it would be cool to get some hands-on with recording and the ins and outs and the flow, the way their flow is when it comes to recording, how they set things up, how they maintain their equipment. I know they have a guy that worked there that's what his job was, to basically take their equipment and if it's malfunctioning to figure what's wrong with it and fix it. That would be interesting to know. I kind of do my own maintenance around my studio, but to have even more knowledge would be just wonderful. Sometimes the only way you get that knowledge is by doing it, by hands-on. The only way you get it is by doing it. So, yeah, I would like to do that, man. I really would. So I am in Ravenswood. Just a hop, skip, and a jump away, and I'll be at my next stop. And that'll be the end of my day. I'll be done for the day. Then I gotta go back to Broadview, unload what I picked up, the stuff that needs to go to Broadview. Wait to go home. Ravenswood Event Center. Huh. Wow, ballroom dance, huh? That's pretty cool. Alright. If you see these trees right here, right behind the trees is the Chicago Transit CTA train that runs, I believe it's the Red Line, that runs into the city. And once I go past this little intersection, you might be able to see the bridge where the trains go over. Move my arm. Yeah, that's the bridge. Yeah. Like I said, I've been doing this job since 2015 and never had not one bit of trouble being in the city of Chicago. Never had any incidents, no violence, nobody threatened me. Ever. I've had some vagrants come up to the van looking for a handout, but that's it. And you just kind of wave them off and say hello, or just kind of go, I don't got nothing for you, and they just keep walking. They don't really pester you or nothing. Alright, I just gotta go around to the back, ring the bell, and give them the package. The alley. I kind of got the door open a little bit, which is cool. I'm gonna put my hazards on here because this is a very narrow alley, and I don't want people coming trying to scoot by and not be able to make it and mess up this van. Wow, they're meeting me here. They're opening up the door. All right, be right back. Good afternoon. I would have to say that is the easiest I've ever delivered here. Met me at the door. I pulled up and they opened the door. I didn't even have to ring the bell. That was great. It's like they were expecting me or something. Could very well be. Alright, now I venture back to Broadview, which is a long drive from here. It's probably about an hour, at least an hour. And I'll just take Irving Park. I'll just take Irving Park all the way to First Avenue. Then take First Avenue all the way into, well, I think it's, I'm not really sure what Maywood. I'll go past the Hines Veterans Hospital there. Take what is it, Roosevelt. Take Roosevelt Road all the way to 25th Avenue. Take a left, and Bearing headquarters is not too far. Right down the street from ICE facility. Yeah. So on Fridays with my job, we always see ICE protesters out there. And usually on Fridays they got the road blocked off because there's so many people out there. During the week, it's not too bad. But Fridays, man, everybody's out there raising a ruckus. I thought about maybe seeing if Mitch wanted to put together a little band and go out there and entertain them while they're out there. You know, just try to keep things lighthearted, you know. Try to prevent clashing and violence, but my luck would get tear gassed and thrown in the pokey. That's okay. It's just a shame that all that's happening. It really is. Well, and this ivy on the side of me, that's the tracks. You can see the fence a little bit, maybe. This is Ravenswood, and I am getting ready to turn onto Irving Park Road, and I'll take that all the way to First, and I'll be to Broadview in not about an hour. Hey, how's it going? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Thanks for checking out the live stream. If you don't know who I am, I'm Ivan. And this is my musical success journey channel. And basically it's a channel about me and the things that I do in music and in my life. It's kind of, I guess you would call it a vlog. I guess. Right now I just finished up in here in Chicago, and I'm headed back to headquarters. Ooh, that looks like a nice place. Early morning breakfast brunch. Delight. 1924 West Irving Park. It says BYOB. So I guess if you want to drink, you got to bring it. That's strange. I don't know what that means, but man, I'm looking at the pictures. Food looks good. Wow. Gotta try that sometime. Of course, I'm never here during breakfast time. I'm here in the afternoon, because I usually end my day in Chicago and head back to headquarters from here. Well, I really do like Chicago. Chicago's cool, man. I really do like it. And I think if you're afraid of Chicago, you've been watching the news too much. Are there places in Chicago that, yeah, you probably, don't want to go into? Yeah, there are some places that like that, but I mean, for the most part, if you mind your business when you go through those areas and just do what you're going to do, nobody bothers you. Like I said, I've never been bothered since I've been working this job, and I've been working this job since 2015, so it's all good. Well, hello. Coming to you live from Chicago. Sorry I don't have any music for you right now, but maybe some other time. It's just my ugly face and my ugly mug driving, doing my job. Oh, man. So, as far as music goes in Chicago, man, Chicago's a great place to play. It's a great place to go see shows. There's this club on the south side of Chicago called Reggie's Rock Club, and I've played there before. I went to a ton of shows there. Actually, when I was doing my internet radio station, I went down and was able to go in the green room and interview the bands that were playing that night, which is really cool. I don't know if you've ever heard of the band Midnight, but I was actually able to go back there and interview them and talk to them. They're really cool guys. I guess they're from Canada. And I actually got to talk to them without their hoods on. See their faces. And they're just regular dudes, just like me and you. But man, can they play that music. Good stuff. At least I think that's the name of the band, Midnight. Ooh, man. Been a while. But yeah, I used to do an internet radio station, and I used to go to all kinds of shows and interview the bands, have them on my show, do like a little audio interview with them. I wasn't doing it like a visual podcast. It was all audio at the time. The name of the radio station was called Sonic Asylum Radio. I had been on another two other internet radio stations. One was, what was it called? Asgard Radio, which I helped to get that off the ground. And then the other internet radio station that I was a part of was called Hard Rock Radio Live, which was out of New York City. The guy who owned it was in New York. And I was a DJ, and I used to train other DJs how to use the software to do the broadcast. I used to do my show. And I went by the moniker of DJ Ivan the Slayer. I don't know when I come up with that stupid name, but it was the name I came up with. Now, when I started my own station, I went by the moniker of DJ Zeru. And I got the name Zeru from my brother-in-law. We used to play a game, multiplayer game called, oh God, EverQuest. And I had a character that was named Zerubbabel. Well, for short, my brother-in-law shortened it to Zeru, which is Z-E-R-U. So I just used that as my DJ name. I left. Me and my friend Brad, we started Sonic Asylum Radio. We gave it to George Neal of the band Halloween from the Detroit area. It recently stopped broadcasting for whatever reasons. I had stopped doing my show just because I was doing the YouTube channel. I was in 2 bands, and I just didn't really have time to do a radio show. So I hung up the DJ hat and focused on my YouTube channel, this channel here, my musical success journey, and also my bands. I had a metal band called Black Resin, which has since folded, and then I had Halo Moon, which I am still in, and me and Mitch are writing songs and doing things, which is great. So that was my DJ career, my internet radio career. How's it going? Coming to you live from Chicago, driving the streets of Chicago, doing my job. Figured I'd do a little live stream while I'm being bored in the van. And just talking about music and how I got where I'm at, I guess. How are you today? Are you doing well? I sure hope so. And what are you doing? Are you doing any kind of music? Are you a music person? Because I am definitely a music person. I eat, drink, sleep, and breathe music. And of course, love my wife to death. Yeah, I'm on the north side of Chicago, headed to the western suburb of Broadview, Illinois, where the headquarters of my company is at. I don't know if you can hear the horns beeping and stuff around me, but that's the city for you. And I just take my time and do my thing and don't worry about it. But I'm not too far from Wrigley Field. I'm not too far from Electric Audio. Where I work is not too far from the Broadview Ice facility that keeps making the news. At least the independent news. And yeah, just doing my job, traveling down the road. And when you drive in the city, you just got to let idiots be idiots, because they're going to be idiots. You don't have any control over them. You just do your thing, drive, and look out for the idiots, pretty much. So I finished that mixing board. I'm going to put it to the test. I'm not sure what day I'm going to do it yet. I might do it tomorrow night, because tonight I have a live stream on my other YouTube channel. And I've been under the weather Excuse me. I hope I feel better by Friday, because I would like to get a practice in with Mitch. I'm gonna blow my nose. Oh, man. Whew. So I'm pretty good at my job. I don't have any problems with my job. Like I said, I used to use an app called Waze to get around, because when I first started, learning the streets and the way they go, it was kind of a challenge. But now that I've been doing it for as long as I've been doing it, which is 10 years now. Wow, 10 years. I pretty much know Chicago, and I used to drive Lyft, so I really know, and I used to drive in Chicago all the time, so I know a lot of the streets and where they go and how to get from here to there. Usually not a problem. But I pretty much retired the GPS, unless it's someplace I've never been to before. Then I'll throw it in there just to make sure I hit the mark. And yeah, I'm usually always on time. I usually get back to headquarters early, so if they have anything else for me to deliver, I'll take it. And I usually grab the mail, take it to the post office before I go home. I start at 7:30 and I get off at 4:30. It takes me about an hour and 15 minutes to get home from Broadview to where I live. And I live in Indiana, just over the border, not too far. But I really, I love my job. I love driving. I love driving in Chicago. I love driving in the suburbs. I like it when I get a new place to go to, because I like discovering new places and seeing what's around it. If you've never been to Chicago, you really got to come here and try the food, because, man, there's some really great food here in Chicago. From the Italian beef, from the deep dish pizza, to the Mexican food. They have all kinds of Mediterranean places, Italian places, just good food in general. So it's very easy to become fat, like I am in Chicago. Although I have lost quite a bit of weight. I was at like 405 2 years ago, and now I'm down to 330. So I lost a little over 74 pounds. 74? Yeah, 74 pounds. Which is pretty good. I remember my knees, man. They used to hurt so bad when I was that big. But now, I feel, there are certain days, like when it's rainy, when the weather changes, man, I do feel it in my knees. I do have arthritis in both of my knees, which is why I wanted to lose the weight. Plus, I have also have high blood pressure, and I have to take medication for that. But it's under control. Usually, when I go to the doctor's office and they take my blood pressure, it's good. Once in a while, it gets a little elevated when I go to the doctor because I think I get a little nervous when I go to the doctor. I think. What's up? What's happening? How are you? I'm not playing any music because I'm doing a live stream. And I'm on my phone, and I can't do music and do the live stream at the same time. I mean, I guess I could, but I don't think it would sound that great for you. But I thought I'd give you a little taste of what it's like to work the job that I work in the city that I work. Well, you know, I'm in Chicago and all the suburbs, the northwest suburbs. So, just a little taste. So you can see that Chicago, it's not that bad. Not bad at all. Oh. So my hope is to use that old mixing board because the sound on it's just phenomenal. It's a Tangent board made probably in late 1970s, early 80s. It's a 16 channel board, but man, the sound that comes out of that board is just beautiful. Which is why I'd like to use it. It doesn't have a lot of the features that my Mackie board has, or you know, a Mackie board has a lot of push button features, whereas the analog board you have to use patch cables to get some of the features to work, like a submix or to do monitors for the band. But for the most part, that board really sounds good. And I recently bought a reverb unit to get vocal effects for that old mixer, because there's no effects on that mixer. So I have to route it the old-fashioned way, do a send out to the effects processor and back into the board, so that the vocals can have some sort of vocal effect, because I don't have any onboard effects on that board. Like I said, that board's ancient, and it isn't like one that was made with effects on it. I mean, it's just raw. So any effects that you're going to get with that board, you have to use an external effects unit in order to get it. But I ordered one, so I'm just waiting for it to get here. I think it said it was going to be, like the 29th or 30th of October that I would get it, because it's coming from China, because I'm a cheap ass, and I ordered a Chinese cheap I just wanted something to put vocal effects. It doesn't have to be pristine or anything. Just something to change the vocal, to give it a little more, a little more bigness. Bigness? Is that a word? So I got that coming. I've been thinking about getting a compressor as well. I do have one, so maybe I'll try it and see how it goes. Maybe I'll just try the one that I have. Yeah, I think I will. But I can't wait to try all that out, to get it all up and running. Can't wait to get another band in the studio to do a live stream of the band, because that was a ton of fun. I think that if you're a band and you're in the Chicago area and you want to come do that, please get a hold of me. If you want to make a comment here or on one of my videos and say, hey, how do I go about doing that? Hey, more than welcome. There's no charge. It's all, it's all on you and what you want to do. I just enjoy doing it. I enjoy putting that content out there of bands, so bands can get their music on. If you're an all original band, if you want to do it, get a hold of me. If you're in the Chicagoland area, I am in the south suburbs of Chicago. I am in Northwest Indiana, which is where I live is about 35 miles southeast of Chicago. And if you're a band and you want to do a live stream with me, get a hold of me and I'll do it. We'll do it. We'll have some fun. And even if you're elsewhere in the country, if you want to travel to where I'm at and you want to do a live stream with your band, just to do something different, and you want to visit Chicago and check out all the sites in Chicago, come on out. That would be fun as well. If you need me to take you on a guided tour of the city, I could do that as well. But I just enjoy doing live streaming of the bands. To me, that's so much fun. If you haven't checked them out, Black Sunrise and Subsist, those are the two bands that I've live streamed so far. Still working on the sound. Like I said, I've got that old analog board that I want to use for the live streams because it just sounds phenomenal. So I think the next live stream I do, I'm going to use that board with a band, because, like I said, it just sounds great. Let's see, how long have I been doing this audio engineering stuff? Well, with Black Resin, which was my metal band that no longer exists, I did that. I wanted to record my band because I went to a studio with one of my other metal bands and it didn't work out, and it was kind of expensive. And I'm like, you know what? I think I could do this. So I went out and bought all the equipment to record the band. And that's what started me on this journey of recording music and doing the live streams. And it's just the learning of how to do all of this. And I've gotten pretty good at it. I mean, the Black Sunrise band, I talked to Adam, who was the guy that I first interviewed in their live stream. And he was like, yeah, we'd like to come back, and if you'd like to record us playing, like doing a live recording of us, he said, we've already talked about possibly letting you do that. And I'm like, hey, I would love to do it. I would enjoy that very much. And if I could create something that you really like and you turn other bands onto what I do, maybe I'll get more people who are interested in doing the live streams. But that's me thinking aloud of the things that I'd like to do with my channel, with my knowledge, with my music. Me and Mitch had talked about doing a live stream on Halloween, which is a Friday. Just getting together and playing some music. He doesn't know if Pear, the drummer, can come out that day, because Pear, he lives in Lansing, Michigan, and he comes out for practices from Lansing, Michigan, and he doesn't know if Pear. He said Pear might be wanting to do it, but I don't know. Pear got into an automobile accident. Him and his wife were driving, and they got T-boned, basically, and flipped the car up on its roof, and he's still recovering actually from that. So Halloween might be too soon for him. I don't know, but I wish him a speedy recovery. Can't wait to get to play with him some more. Can't wait to get these songs all fleshed out and nice and tight and solid. Get out there and start playing some shows again. Played a show, when was it? October 3rd. Was it 3rd? Yeah, October 3rd in Chicago at a place called Phyllis's Musical Inn. And it's just a blast. Had a blast. And then, I think we played that Sunday, or that same weekend, we played at an open mic called Shovelheads in Chesterton. We played there. And then on that Saturday, the 4th, I did the live stream with Subsist. So that was a busy musical weekend for me. Now, oh, there we go. For some reason, I didn't have the live chat up. So if you said something to me, sorry about that. I didn't get the message. But like I said, I'm still learning things here. I'm driving back to the headquarters, which is in Broadview. Oh boy. Hey, made that corner. Whew, man, that intersection's always crazy. Because it's hard to see sometimes, especially when they got like a bus or something in front of you. I'm trying to, is there anybody coming? I can't see. And when you go, they're like speeding, and then you gotta put your foot on the gas in order to get around it without getting hit. When I'm driving, I always try to do the speed limit. Try to obey all the traffic signals. Especially in Chicago, because Chicago has a lot of red light cameras and speed traps. So you got to really be careful when you drive through Chicago, because you will get a ticket in a heartbeat. And they ain't cheap. I think my son got one. It was like $200. My Lord. $200 ticket. I couldn't imagine. And just so you know, I have no idea what the audio and video quality of this live stream is because I can't see it, but hopefully it's good. If not, if you would please let me know, hey, it sucks. Maybe I'll stop live streaming. Because what's the point, right? How are you today? Thanks for checking out the live stream. Just discussing my plans for music and videos. And trying to solicit bands to come and do a live stream with me. I'm not charging them anything, it's just something I like to do. Where are you tuning in from? I am in the Chicago, Illinois area. That's where I'm at. Tonight, I go home. I got a live stream to do tonight from the house. And tomorrow, I'm going to make a video on the completed board. I'm going to do some testing of the sound first to make sure it's all good because I don't want to look like a fool. Making a video about a board that sounds like hell after it sounded great. But I don't anticipate it sounding like hell. I anticipate it to sound good because it already sounded good. All I did was clean it. Clean it up. All the flavor has been sucked out of that gum, so got rid of it. And this is my long live stream. Long live stream in the van at work, doing what I do, which is driving around delivering packages and talking about music and other things that I like to do in my life, actually. Man. Yeah, I think the Tylenol is wore off because I'm starting to feel a little ill. So the sickness is still there. It hasn't gone away completely, but it's still there. And it's sinus issues, stuffiness, a little bit of a scratchy throat, but nothing major. I'm not like having aches and pains or nothing. Which, believe it or not, since I've had my appendix taken out, I haven't had any, like, you know how when you get flu sick, you get aches and pains, you just feel like horrible. I haven't had that since I had my appendix out, which is cool. So maybe the flu, when I got the flu, it was affecting and inflaming the appendix, which is leaching poison into my system, which made me feel like that. Because ever since I've had my appendix out, I haven't felt like that. Which is good. It sucks that I had to have my appendix out, but ooh. It is what it is. So this camera angle, I'm driving actually. You can see, you can't really see the steering wheel. I guess you can see it there. I really do enjoy my job. I enjoy my job. I'm 57. It's a job that I can do until it's time for me to retire. Which I want to retire when I'm 67. I don't want to work past 67. I mean, just because you want something doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that would be my goal, to work another 10 years and then retire and live off the fruits of my labor, meaning my Social Security. And I could still get my full Social Security at 67 and still work, but I just don't know if I want to do that. Because what I hear is that if you take your retirement at 67 and you don't go until you're 70, you get a little bit less money. But then I also think to myself, well, I can collect it at 67. How many years am I going to be alive after I turn 70? So maybe I could collect a few more years if I take it at 67, and it'll make up for the money that I've lost if I retired at 60 or at 70. I have no idea. Just thinking out loud here. Well, when this live stream hits the 2-hour mark, I am going to end the live stream, because that's enough of my ugly mug for you to see. My ugly mug. As long as my wife loves me, I don't care what people think. That's the way I look at it. I think it's cool that she gets involved with my music things. Like if I share something, she'll share it and try to make it blow up, which is cool. She'll go to the show and she'll set up the camera and film our live shows sometimes. Most of the time she does that, and she takes pictures of the band and everything, and man, is it great. I enjoy her being out there where I can just look at her and know that she's there, and she's usually bopping her head and smiling and enjoying herself, which makes me happy. Because I really do enjoy playing music. I enjoy doing everything that I do, and if she didn't support what I did, it would be, I don't think I would be able to do it, really. I don't think I would do it, because I want to make my wife happy, and if she's not happy, it doesn't make me happy. But she knew ahead of time what she was getting into when she met me, pretty much, and she's good with it, and I am so grateful to have her in my life. We've had a good, let's see, how long have we been together now? Got married in 2014, so we've been married for 11 years. And I've known her since 2011, so 13 years? Is that 13? 14 years? 14 years. Right? Yeah, 14 years. Yeah, so we've known each other for 14 years, been married 11 of those 14 years. So maybe it's 13 years. I don't know. Confusing myself. I can't math. But anyways, it has gone by fast. I enjoy all of my time with my wife, and I enjoy my time on this earth right now. I'm really enjoying myself. I had a few scares when I had that stroke. I had this, and I don't know if it was because I contracted COVID that this happened, but I have this rare skin disease that popped up, and it's an autoimmune disease called Sweets syndrome, and my legs basically were blistering and festering and bleeding and just excruciating pain. Couldn't hardly walk. I was in bed for probably two months in bed because I couldn't walk. The only time I could walk, I'd get up to go to the bathroom. It was like excruciating pain just to use the restroom. I get back in the bed after I use the restroom. My legs would be throbbing in pain, like really painful, and it was horrible. Thank God it hasn't come back. They gave me this medication called Dapsone. Thank God for that. It is a medication that they give to people who have, what is that? Where your limbs start decaying and falling off. What's that called? They actually, leprosy. They give it to people with leprosy, and it helps them, helps fight against leprosy. And it helped me, I'll tell you that. I didn't know what the heck was going to happen. I thought I was done for. And they found that medication that helped me, and I was like, oh my God, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for doctors. Most people don't feel that way about doctors, but I sure do. Especially my dermatologist, the one who took the biopsy and figured out what it was. She's a godsend, and I thank goodness for her every day. Yep, probably gonna have to take some Tylenol when I get back to the headquarters. I got about 6 minutes left of this live stream, and I'll get off of here and get back to work and get ready to go home. But I usually don't live stream during the workday. I was just really bored and I need something to keep myself occupied today, so that's why I decided to do this live stream. And I'm glad you tuned in to the live stream. That makes me happy that people are like, what's this guy doing? What's this idiot doing? I don't think of myself as an idiot, but I'm sure people are wondering, what is this guy, what's he doing? And I didn't give it a title or nothing. I just turned it on, basically. Alright, I am in the city of Maywood. And I am on First Avenue traveling south. I'll take this up to Roosevelt. I'll turn right, go to 25th, turn left. And Bearing headquarters is not too far from Roosevelt, not 25th. And at It's Maywood, Illinois. I've met some musical people, like, famous musical people over the years. I met Lou Rawls, which was really cool. I met John Denver in person, and who else? I think that's it. I met Steve Rebello from the Dublin Death Patrol, who is also in the band Trauma. When my band that I was in, Hellgrind, opened up for Trauma here in the Chicagoland area, we opened up for Trauma, and they came to play out here. And Steve is really cool. And if you know metal and you know the Dublin Death Patrol, he was in that band. Steve was. I guess he owns a distillery out in California. And I don't know if he's still in California or he moved to Mexico. Or he just has a place in Mexico, but he's a really nice guy. So, Steve, if you're watching this and you ever need a bass player, let me know. If I could do it, I will. See, I'm not above self-promotion, not at all. Alright, I got about a minute and a half left, and I will end this live stream. And if you tuned in to the live stream, thank you very much. If you are watching the live stream later, I appreciate you watching it. Make sure you give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I don't just do these talking head live streams. I do music and other things. So yeah, I would appreciate it. That'd be great. A little bit less than a minute, and live stream is going bye-bye. Yep, for those of you who hung out with me a little bit today, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I also want to thank everybody who's subscribed to my channel, my videos. I appreciate that as well. Just a regular guy doing music and posting my journey online. And that's pretty much what I do. So once again, thank you for checking it out. Got about 10 seconds left, and I'm going to go off the air. I'm going to stop the live stream.